Francis, surely you can tell me the name of the developer.
No, I can't.
Come on, Francis.
No, but I've given you enough for you to make an inspired guess. It's easier than backing a horse. It's a very small field.
I figured it might be.
And now I'm afraid you're on your own.
You don't say you're going away again, just when you're needed.
I'm afraid so. After the mermaid party tomorrow, I'm off abroad on business for a while. I'm sorry.
All right. Then it's up to me.
Well, don't be too worried. I've already briefed my deputy chairman. He's a good chap. And I'll keep in touch, I promise.
Thank you, Francis.
All in all, I don't think the prosecution has inflicted any major damage.
Yet. Yes, quite. Elliot certainly seems to be more than capable.
Oh, he's capable, all right. Especially during the early stages of an afternoon session. He'll be hoping that you've both had a pleasant lunch and are feeling relaxed. So just be careful you don't get caught off guard.
Hello, my dear.
Kate, what a nice surprise. What are you doing here?
I wanted to have a few words with Jack, if he's anywhere about.
I'm afraid he's not. He's with Abby at the publishers. The pictorial they're doing together.
Yes, I've heard. How's it all going?
Well, Abby's got some terrific photographs, but I don't know if Jack will meet the deadline. He's working his usual 2 speeds, slow and stop. What he's written is very good. I just wish he'd get a move on.
You can't push Jack if he doesn't want to be pushed. It's ironic, isn't it, Vanessa? All these problems coming just when the Yard is celebrating its 200th birthday, especially with dear Tom away.
Which particular problems?
This projected development of the Yard, of course.
What development?
Don't you know? Jack promised me he'd tell you.
Tell me what?
So he didn't. Would you believe it? He swore blind. My God, when I get my hands on that devious so-and-so, I shall break his neck.
Kate, calm down. Now just tell me slowly. What on earth is going on?
Right.
Please give the court a direct answer to the question, Miss Rolfe. Did you or did you not appoint Sarah Foster to oversee the negotiations?
Yes, but Relton Marine wasn't directly involved in the McLean Leisure takeover. I suggested to Sarah Foster that she take her overall directive from Mr. Freer.
Did you ever personally consult on any aspect of the negotiations?
In an unofficial capacity.
Can you be more specific?
Well, any consultation was outside my remit as managing director of Relton Marine.
That doesn't exactly answer my question, Miss Rolfe. Let me be a little more specific on your behalf. You had a personal relationship with Mr. Freer at the time, as well as a professional one, did you not?
Objection, my lord. Mr. Freer, Miss Rolfe's personal life is not at issue.
My line of questioning is merely an attempt to establish that there was an element of trust between my client and Miss Rolfe, my lord. So, if I may proceed?
Yes.
Thank you, my lord. Your relationship with Mr. Freer, it dissolved in the midst of the McLean Leisure negotiations?
Yes, if I recall, it was around that time.
Would you tell the court the status of Relton Marine, then?
Relton Marine was a subsidiary of Freer Holdings.
Until you subsequently manoeuvred control away from the parent company?
I didn't manoeuvre anything.
Whatever you did, Miss Rolfe, Mr. Freer lost controlling interest, did he not? Answer the question, please, Miss Rolfe.
Mr. Freer now has a minority shareholding in Relton Marine.
You must be an extremely capable businesswoman, Miss Rolfe. Either that, or you exploited access to inside information with which you were entrusted.
I resent that.
So does my client, Miss Rolfe. He placed a great deal of trust in you.
Mr. Freer lost controlling interest in Relton Marine at the same time as he lost the trust of his shareholders, and through no manoeuvre of mine.
What about McLean Leisure? Did you suggest certain manoeuvres, namely using Diacra Holdings as the nominee company to lodge the initial takeover bid?
No, I did not.
Did you suggest those tactics to Sarah Foster?
Frankly, they sound to me more like Freer tactics.
And that sounds like nothing more than a recrimination, Miss Rolfe.
I just don't understand. Why didn't you say anything? Jack, your livelihoods could be at stake, yours and Tom's. Have you spoken to Tom?
Not yet.
And what about Avril? Does she know?
No, she's got enough on her plate as it is with this court case. No point in worrying her unnecessarily.
According to you, there's nothing to worry about.
Well, there isn't. Freer can't very well redevelop the yard if the court case goes against him. Unless, of course, he runs his business from jail.
And if it doesn't go against him?
Well, there still isn't a problem. I mean, he can't very well bring in the bulldozers if we don't agree to sell.
That won't stop a man like Charles Freer.
So, what can he do?
I don't know. That's what worries me.
Well, whatever road he decides to go down, he won't get very far.
Unless he gets planning permission.
Listen, Vanessa, Tom and I are proprietors of the Mermaid Yard, not him. I don't see there's any problem.
Evidently not.
Yeah, well, so stop worrying about it. I don't know about you, but I've got more important things on my mind.
Such as?
Like getting this editorial done and the publisher's off my back.
15 to 8 favourite. 3 Longshoreman 20 to 1.
Hello, darling. Good day.
Not bad. Not bad at all. How about you?
Quiet. I'll tell you in a few moments.
13 Nargem 12 to 1. Non-runners numbers 15 and 16. At Thirsk 4 o'clock. Number 3 Orchard Court 10 to 1.
That's what I wanted to hear.
10 to 1. So it was a good day.
Every day is a good day for me, Leo, whatever the racing results. When you get to my age, you'll understand why. Your mother's out this evening, so it's just you and me, Leo.
It's just you, Gran. I'm meeting Abby.
Oh. How's she feeling?
Fine so far.
Has the baby started kicking yet? Oh, sorry. I know. Talking about the baby is off limits.
No, it isn't. I'm sorry about the other day. Didn't mean anything.
That's all right. Don't apologise. I understand. You're feeling under pressure.
Oh, it's not just Abby and the baby. Let's just say it's a delicate time at work.
Yes, so your mother's been telling me. What seems to be the trouble?
I've been trying to develop a powerboat, but Avril keeps blocking it.
It's not like Avril to stand in the way, if it's a good idea.
It is. And it isn't entirely Avril's fault. Her hands are tied by the Relton board.
That's Avril's problem. What about you? Isn't there anything you can do about it?
Well, I could send you around to bop the board members over the head if they don't toe the line.
Any time. Your grandfather used to say, what's the use of getting up in the morning if you don't go after what you want? Surely there is something you could do.
As a matter of fact, I think I already have.
Still that damn answer phone. She's deliberately avoiding me. I know she is.
Well, after the rough treatment she received in court today, it's hardly surprising.
Listen, Avril gave as good as she got, unfortunately.
Well, what else do you expect? Lee Simmons drove her into a corner with no other way out.
Her evidence could be absolutely crucial. If she could just be persuaded to choose her words more carefully in a revised statement.
Forget it, Charles. The court would be inclined to regard that as perverting the course of justice.
And I'd be inclined to call it doing a deal.
For what? Old time's sake?
After what I've done for her, I would have expected a degree of loyalty, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, you're quite prepared to have a blame for the entire McLean Leisure affair.
She was responsible for our entering into negotiations in the first place. Now, in my book, responsibility and accountability go hand in hand.
Morally, perhaps, but legally, I mean, an error of judgment is hardly a criminal offence.
That is exactly my point, Gerald. If she could only accept there was an error of judgment, she could walk away from this mess practically unscathed.
She could also lose her job.
Oh, I'll find her another job. What I'm saying is the law couldn't touch her. Unlike us. If we're found guilty, we go to prison for up to 7 years.
Charles, instead of clutching at straws where Avril Rolfe is concerned, I think our time would better be spent in going over our defence for tomorrow.
All she'd have to do is issue a revised statement.
Look, if you attempt to persuade or influence Avril in any way, you are in danger of committing perjury, and so is she.
I just don't think she's fully aware of the consequences if the court returns a verdict of guilty against us.
I think she's quite well aware.
No. No, we've had our differences in the past, and I know we've fought tooth and nail in business, but I just can't believe she'd want to see me behind bars.
Don't count on it.